If you have constant cravings, afternoon crashes, or stubborn weight that you just can't lose, it could be a protein deficiency. Let's find out today if that's what's going on with you. I spent years being hungry between meals, battling sugar cravings, and wondering why in the afternoon my energy tanked. Like I needed a coffee, I needed something to keep me going because my energy, I was done. For years, I thought that losing fat had to do with cutting your calories and not eating fat. Protein? No one ever mentioned it. And it wasn't until I found out how protein worked in my body that things finally clicked. I started to get rid of my hunger. I wasn't hungry all day. Then my energy came back, and slowly I started to be able to lose weight in a more effortlessly way. My energy came back, and fat loss became so much easier. This really didn't click for sure or get stuck in my mind until just within the past year. Yes, I was eating clean. Yes, I was doing what I was supposed to do and practicing my intermittent fasting, doing all the right things, but still there was something that wasn't right. There was something that was keeping me from shedding the fat that I needed to completely shed. Most diet advice focuses on eating less. And when we eat less, especially less protein, we are just making our problems worse. Protein isn't just for like bodybuilders. We need protein for our hormones, for our metabolism, for our immune system to build strong bones and skin and hair and nails. And when you are not getting enough protein, your body goes into a searching mode. It's looking for the protein. And what that leads to is a constant hunger, a constant craving, because your body needs this nourishment. It needs that building block. And when you're not giving it what it needs, you are fighting against your own biology. You are fighting against your body looking for the protein it needs to keep you healthy while you're trying to keep it from it, while you're trying to undereat. It just doesn't make sense. And it just makes the battle unbeatable. It gives you frustration that you shouldn't have to deal with day after day. And the secret lied in not getting enough protein. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 10 signs that you are not getting enough protein. I had some of these signs. And once I realized I had these signs and I started to up my protein, things shifted for me. I started to drop the fat again, where I had been plateaued for such a long time. There was other things, in there that probably had a part to play in it. But when you look at the protein, we undereat protein. We're very good, especially Generation X and millennials, we're very good at undereating. So most of us are undereating protein. If you eat your protein, you're going to feel better. You're going to satiate that hunger. You're going to have more energy and you're going to be able to burn fat. So let's look at the signs. The first sign is hunger between meals. Are you hungry between your meals? If you are eating enough protein, you won't be hungry between meals. You will be able to go till your next meal, whether that's one meal or you're having 2 meals a day or even 3 meals a day. When you're having enough protein, you will be satiated. You will feel full. You will feel satisfied until your next meal. You won't be hungry. The second sign that you're not getting enough protein is constant cravings. And usually these cravings are for sugar and carbs. Now there's an addiction aspect to that. Our bodies can be trained to want sugar and carbs. But if you're not eating enough protein, you are really letting that hunger for sugar and carbs come out full force, and you're fighting against it. If you have enough of the protein that's healthy and gives you the amino acids that you need, your hunger or your craving for those things really diminishes and over time will go away. And maybe you're dieting and you're not seeing the scale or the fat budge. That's number 3. That's the third sign that you are not getting enough protein. Your body just will not let the fat go. It's holding on to it because it feels like it's starving. It feels like it has to hold on to whatever it has because it's not getting enough nourishment from what you eat. When you start to eat enough protein, your body feels safe and it knows it can simply let go of this extra fat, extra storage because you are being nourished properly. Our bodies aren't stupid. The fourth sign is low energy or the afternoon crash. Your body needs the nourishment that it gets from protein, the nourishment that it gets from the amino acids that are the building blocks for every system in your body. And when you aren't getting that, your energy will start to dip because what is it pulling from? It's not pulling from your fuel because you're not eating what your body needs. So you will have those energy crashes and a dip in your focus. Protein is literally the building block for our muscles and all of that other stuff. Number 6 is trouble sleeping. Yes, not having enough protein will affect your sleep because your body isn't getting enough nourishment and it can't get into a deep enough sleep because it's lacking something. And one of the things that it could be lacking is protein. When you are eating enough protein and you're satisfied and satiated, you sleep better. So that's just one aspect of making sure that you get enough sleep. A good night's sleep is making sure you're eating enough nourishment when you're eating. And protein is one of the markers of that. Number 7 is thinning hair. I remember when I first started fasting and I was eating very primally keto, low carb, I started losing hair. Now, some hair loss when you first start to lose fat and detox and you're on a diet, some hair loss is natural. But if it's long term and it's not regenerating, that could be that you're not getting enough protein. We want our hair to look good. We want our hair to be full and full of body. And protein plays a big part in that because we get collagen from our protein. So you need to make sure that you are getting protein if you want beautiful hair, if you want your hair to stay thick. Now, I'm in midlife and my hair is not what it used to be when I was my daughter's age. They have beautiful thick hair. Mine's not like that anymore, but it's better than it was probably 3 years ago because I have upped my protein. I feel it getting fuller. And they are even saying, Mom, your hair is getting thicker. It's getting fuller. It's shinier or looks healthier. And it has to do with my upping my protein. I also take collagen, but protein is what I focus on. Every single meal is protein, and it has made a big difference. Another sign, the 8th sign, is weak nails. Your nails should be strong. They shouldn't be breaking and peeling because especially if you're getting enough protein, they remain strong. They remain beautiful. They can grow. So if you have weak nails, that could be a sign that you aren't getting enough protein. Number 9 is frequent colds or illnesses. We need protein to help with our immunity. Our immune system needs those building blocks. And when you aren't getting enough protein, your body is so busy trying to figure out how it's going to get enough nourishment that it forgets or doesn't adequately fight off infection and sickness. So you may be getting constant colds and not feeling well. And it can be due to your body not being nourished properly, that you're just not getting enough protein. And number 10, we don't think of this, but mood changes, irritability, depression, brain fog, all of these can be symptoms of not getting enough protein. It affects us on every level. And when we properly nourish our bodies, we feel better. We think clearer. We need these building blocks that are in the protein to help us do those things, to help keep our mood regulated. Protein is more important than just for muscle. It is for a lot that's going on in our body every single day. So those are the 10 signs that you may not be getting enough protein. Protein, one of the reasons why it makes you feel so good is it helps to regulate your hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin. And that's what helps you to feel fuller longer. The other thing it does is it keeps your blood sugar level so that you're not spiking and crashing all day long. By eating protein, you're also preserving your muscle so that you are stronger, and it keeps your metabolism healthy and humming along so that it can do what it's supposed to do. And that's especially important in midlife. That's one of the things I found, that to make sure that I get that protein in is so important. And like I said, until I started eating enough protein, I couldn't shed the fat that I have been wanting to shed for so long. So if you're not getting enough protein, let's talk about how to fix it. First thing is start every meal with a goal of 30 to 40 grams of protein. Try to get that 30 to 40 grams of protein in. Try before noon, and then build every single meal around your protein. Protein first. Has to be 30 to 40 grams of protein first at each meal, at least. And you want sources for this protein to be beef, chicken, fish, eggs. You want good sources of protein, of complete protein, so that your body knows it's getting exactly what it needs and it doesn't do something off the rails to try to get that protein, making you hungry, making you moody, making you snappy. Get your protein. And even though I'm an advocate for whole, real foods, those things we talked about, the protein sources of fish, meat, eggs. Yes, I'm a fan of that. And that's what I would say is the first place to go to look for your protein. But on those days that you can't hit your goals, especially when you're first starting out to up your protein, you may need a clean protein powder. I like Prime Protein. That's what I use. They have some delicious flavors. Actually, I use Prime Protein for my protein and for my collagen. It's clean protein. It's made out of beef isolate, not whey protein. You don't get the bloat. The flavors are great, and you can mix it up with coffee. I like to add it into black coffee in my eating window. And the collagen, the vanilla collagen, I add that into my iced coffee. So good. Today is actually a fasting day, so I don't have anything in my iced coffee. It's just black. So today is a Friday, so I'm fasting. But adding in some kind of good quality protein powder is a good way, an easy way to up your protein. And sometimes for busy moms or busy women or someone who's just can't get enough of that food in, it's just a big jump, then adding in a clean protein is a tool that can really help you meet those goals. You just want to make sure it's pure. You want to make sure it's clean. You want to make sure there's nothing junk or artificial in there. And that's why I like Prime Protein. I will leave a link down in the description below where you can get 15% off. But like I said, focus on real food first. You're going to get the most nutrition and bang for your buck eating real food. A can of sardines, I would say, has more nutrition than a protein shake. Better nutrition than a protein shake. But a protein shake is something that is delicious and can help you meet your goals in an easier way. That sometimes we just need tools. Sometimes our life is lifing and we need something different. So do what works for you. So tell me in the comments which sign or symptom of low protein that hits you the hardest, that you can relate to, and let me know if you have any questions. Also, let me know what else you may want to learn about in a future video. Surprise, surprise, I'm in a different course to expand my knowledge and to keep growing with education and coaching practices. So let me know below what you might want to learn about or what you want me to expand upon, and I'd be happy to do that for you. Until then, I am Joy. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video out, and I will see you in the next video.